so stay away from them. Let's protect ourselves. After the podcast, do you know the hundreds of thousands, the millions of views, the likes that I am seeing of people saying this is a universal experience for women? Everyone is relating to this right now. That's why I didn't take the money. It shouldn't be. This should not be a universal experience for women.
If you dress the way they like and do all these things that you didn't know were a problem, but suddenly they're a problem, they will make up new problems just so that you can be the villain.
He could not believe you're singing another man's song under my roof in this house that I own. It was a fight for, I think, a week.
That's just nuts. It's no way to live.
And everyone being like, well, she should have known. He tells you right in his lyrics. I'm sorry. Where's the lyric about abusing women?
How can you? Oh, this is so embarrassing. It's really, really heartbreaking.
But I am so glad that Bri obviously did not sign any NDA and she said her story, because I really do think if Bri went the other way, it definitely would have been more of a downfall for her career.
Home from 3 weeks on the road of nonstop travel, and it's pretty much like, hey, it's time to move out. I'm like, what? Can we talk about this?
Okay, y'all, this is honestly wild. Bryan and Brianna Lapaglia, better known as Brianna Chickenfry, have officially taken over the internet, and not in a good way. Their breakup started off looking kind of chill, but trust me when I say things have spiraled completely out of control. We've got diss tracks, shocking confessions, harsh money offers, and Zach's silence that's making him look worse by the second.
Not even that I want to figure it out. Can we have a conversation about what's happening? Did we not just build a life together in where I grew up? Did we not just talk about constantly every day getting married and kids? Did we not make video diaries for our children every day? I go away for 2 weeks to give myself a little bit of something, and I come home and it's pack your bags.
But you know me, besties, I've got all the receipts and we're breaking this drama down step by step. From Bri calling out Zach's toxic behavior to the $12 million NDA offer she turned down, this story is basically Netflix level crazy. So grab a snack and settle in, because this one's gonna blow your mind. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Instagram story that broke the internet. Bryan, aka Mr. Country Music Heartthrob, decided to announce his breakup with Bri to the world, out of nowhere. And when I say out of nowhere, I mean Bri herself did not even know he was gonna do it.
I wake up to his Instagram post when we had talked about moving forward was going to be a mutual thing. The truck after the breakup black Instagram screen. I didn't even get to tell my mom, my dad, my sisters, my cousins, my best friends. Everyone in my life found out about my breakup from his Instagram story.
Here's what Zach posted. Addressing something, Brianna and me have broken up with each other. I respect and love her with every ounce of my heart. Please respect Brianna's privacy and space in this. And if you have it in your heart, mine too. Okay. On the surface, this seems sweet and respectful, right? Wrong. According to Bri, they had agreed to keep the breakup private for at least a week so they could process everything. But Zach, he said, nah, I'm single now, world. Let's make it official. Bri later said she woke up to a ton of texts from people asking if she was okay. And that's how she found out Zach had posted the announcement.
I had no idea that post was going up. He didn't text me, he didn't call me. I just woke up to a bunch of texts being like, are you okay? And I'm like, how can you give every ounce of yourself to someone and then be discarded of in a few days? It's really, really heartbreaking, and I don't want to talk about details right now. I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about it yet. I will, obviously.
Brie responded with her own Instagram post, saying she was blindsided and needed time to heal. Like, seriously, Zach? How do you claim to love and respect someone while throwing them under the bus for the sake of an Insta story? Fast forward a bit, and Brie hops on the BFFs podcast with Josh Richards and Dave Portney to spill all the tea. And let me tell you, this was not your typical post-breakup vent session. Brie came in with receipts, stories, and a level of honesty that had fans shook. First off, she described the relationship as the hardest year of her life. She said Zach was emotionally abusive and manipulative, making her feel like everything was her fault. She revealed she would cry herself to sleep after arguments when Zach would scream at her, only for him to apologize the next day and repeat the cycle.
Always another excuse as to why he was treating me so poorly and why I'm crying myself to sleep every night, why he's screaming at me like, you wake up, it's the apology, I'm gonna be better, like, I need you in my life. Like, I don't expect people to understand emotional abuse if you haven't been through it, and I hope you never have to go through it, but if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. And it was just this constant cycle of like, build you up, beat you down, apologize over and over and over. You like crave that validation from the person because you're like holding on to this person that you thought they were in the beginning. And it was just this crazy, awful cycle.
But that's not all. Brie shared specific examples of Zach's behavior that left fans speechless. Like the time he allegedly offered to pay her double for Barstool Sports' salary if she quit her job, because apparently supporting herself and having a career was just too much for him to handle. And remember the Golden Globes? Brie said Zach criticized her dress for being too revealing, only to turn around and post it on his Instagram, praising how amazing she looked. Can someone please explain this man's logic? Because I'm confused.
He didn't like my dress. He said he didn't want to like date someone that like presents themselves that way. And he unfollowed me. He unfollowed everyone. And when I flew home, I flew home after the Golden Globes. He ruined my night. Anything good I did for me, he made sure to ruin it for me. He reposted that picture of me on his story and was like, you are so beautiful.
While freaking out behind the scenes.
And unfollowing all of us and unfollowing me. So like, oh man, it was just such a tug of war, like with my emotions in my head.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, Brie dropped another bombshell. The night they broke up, Zach reactivated his Raya profile. Yes, Raya, the celebrity dating app. Like, sir, it's been what, 2 hours? Brie called him out saying, dude, you don't need a dating app, you need therapy. And honestly, she's not wrong. Zach's decision to hop back into the dating pool so soon had fans dragging him left, right, and center. I mean, can we give it a week, Zach? A day? Something. But wait, it gets worse, because what's a messy breakup without hush money, right? Brie revealed that Zach's team offered her a $12 million payout to sign an NDA and stay silent about their relationship. Yes, you heard that right, $12 million. But here's where it gets iconic. Brie said absolutely not. She called it blood money and refused to let anyone buy her silence.
I don't want your money. Like, I don't want a settlement. I don't know who you think I am, but that's not me. And then it was a back and forth. His team would call me. They gave me all these options. They started low, then they went up to 10 million, then they went up to 12 million, then they wanted to give me a house, then they wanted to give me a New York apartment, then they wanted to do all these things to make me, I mean, that in itself, $12 million to not talk about this relationship that you posted on Instagram that was so beautiful and you had so much love for me. But also everything that's already on the internet is enough. But I mean, I went through literal narcissistic emotional abuse for a year, and he made me believe everything was my fault. He isolated me for my whole entire life.
According to her, Zach has a pattern of making his exes sign NDAs, but Brie wasn't about to follow the same playbook. She explained that no amount of money could make her give up her truth, and honestly, that's the kind of energy we'll love to see. She said, you don't pay off the people you've hurt to protect yourself. It's beneath me. And if that wasn't a mic drop moment, I don't know what this is. Now, if you thought that was the end, oh no, besties, it gets even more messier. Bree co-hosts Josh Richards and Dave Portnoy decided to clap back on her behalf with a diss track called Smallest Man. And let me tell you, it is brutal. One of the lines goes, I say trust me, coat your pants on fire, Tinder, Bambo, Raya, knew you was a liar. And another, pretty soon you're gonna need a revival. Like, ouch, but also iconic.
They go really hard on Zach. They rip him for his hairline, his height, his arrests,
His STDs, like they don't hold back at all.
Oh yes, they also reference Zach going on the dating apps right after the breakup.
Yes, all the dating apps, Raya, Bumble, Hinge, they all got a shout out.
Yeah.
Tinder.
Free promo. Okay, sucks to be Zach Bryan, but those lyrics were pretty genius.
Yes,
the
they
way
are.
the way they tied in the Zach Bryan song references like revival, burn, burn, burn with the STD.
Yes.
Like, oh my god.
The track even throws shade at Zach's past relationships, including his one-year marriage to Rose Maiden. At this point, it's not even shade, it's a full-on thunderstorm. Meanwhile, Zach has stayed completely silent on all the allegations. The closest he's come to addressing the situation was posting a cryptic Jack Kerouac quote on Instagram about how the world always wants explanations. Okay, Zach, but maybe instead of quoting dead authors, you could, I don't know, take accountability? Just a thought.
My thing is, how many times do you guys have to see it? How many times do you have to see it over and over again? Beyonce, Cardi B, Brianna Chickenfry, like, how many times do we have to see it? Over and over again. To learn our lesson in our own lives. Like, I know women that I'm friends with who have personally had this happen to them, and then I know women as high as the Beyoncés and the Cardi B's who had this happen to them. How many times do we need to see it? A man doing anything differently is the exception, not the rule.
So here's where we're at. Brie has officially become the internet's queen of calling out toxic exes, while Zach is out here looking more and more shady by the day. What do you guys think? Can Zach Bryan come back from this? Or is his reputation officially in shambles? And how iconic is Brie for standing her ground? Let me know in the comments, and do not forget to like and subscribe for more juicy updates on your favorite celebs. See you next time. Bye bye.